too. Oh, that's inappropriate. All right.
Hello. Welcome to this week's episode of TV
We look homeless.
Tuesday. I am wearing clothing. I don't know what you're wearing. What are you wearing? A tank top in the middle of winter?
I just finished working out, and then
you want to show your guns?
Oh yeah. Oh, Fatness Everdeen. That was her years later when she got really hungry. It was Fatness Everdeen.
Fatness Everdeen.
Look,
I'm gonna go watch all those movies now that you mentioned it. Oh gosh, what happened to you? You've been beaten up.
I got blood drawn.
Why did they do so much blood work?
Why do they? Because they needed it.
But why 2 arms? Because they messed this one up.
No. They got a vial out of each arm.
Why don't they just do it out of one?
I don't know.
Isn't that what they normally do?
It was funny though when they did this one. It was like this, and the blood started going.
That's nasty. I would have passed out and died.
So I like went to move. She goes, don't move. And I said, I'm not moving that. I was getting my pants out of the way so blood didn't get all over my pants. So anyway, that was after the doctor had already vialed me with the. All right, go ahead.
Anyways, welcome to this week's episode. Make sure you check out our website, HollywoodMatrimony.com. Thank you for watching us exclusively on the YouTube. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We can.
That's all.
So what do you got for us today? Anything?
So today
from what I've heard, you're not prepared.
It's TV Tuesday, so we're talking about TV shows. So I started watching a brand new Netflix show. It's called Dracula. Some of y'all are already way deep into it. I just started watching it. It's very Bram Stoker-y, and I'm digging it so far. It's very what is my word I'm thinking?
Okay. Sorry about.
It's very provocative.
I'm real sorry about that.
I'm gonna say it's very provocative. It immediately goes.
When you say provocative, you just mean about sex and stuff.
But it immediately dives into the sexual innuendo of it all, as well as the bloodlust. I mean, it just dives straight deep into it, and because one of the latest victims was a man, and so you don't automatically think, hey, Dracula's going to seduce a man, but Dracula didn't care. He was about the blood and the seduction of trying to just get the blood and stay young forever, or whatever.
We're talking about the fictional Dracula.
Dracula, not to be confused with the real Dracula.
Not Vlad the Impaler.
No, sorry. What
I don't know if
mythos?
I don't know if Vlad the Impaler had any
of Bram Stoker. Anyway, so we're getting into some familiar territories with Dracula's, the mythologies. Why do certain things affect him? So we're really diving deep into why does the cross bother him? You know, why sunlight? Why this and why that? And how come how come they can't come in if they're not invited? I mean, we're digging a little bit deeper, and we're going even into some famous hunters of vampires.
Would it be Van Helsing?
Maybe.
Because that's the person that hunts Dracula.
I know. So it shows up. Did
you say it?
Well, someone
all right.
of the lineage shows up.
Like, what time period is the show?
Is
it modern day?
No, not at all.
So it's all like period.
It's olden.
It's olden times.
It's in the year.
Okay, hold on. Let's discuss that. What justifies olden times? Like, what time period do we decide?
Century.
I know, but
we're
when
in the
you
century
say
of traveling.
If we're talking about a movie that's like in the 1800s, or then you get
maybe
into the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, how far back does it need to be classified as olden times?
Well, now it's like the 70s. We're old.
I know, right?
No, but
not us.
This is I think 1800s or whatever.
You're old.
Because he's traveling by ship to London at this time. I don't know why.
Were London Bridge is falling down?
Yes. Who knows? Let me see.
Okay, we don't need you to.
It is very Bram Stoker.
I don't need all.
I'm trying to find the time period.
It doesn't matter. I was just curious. You told me olden times. That was
olden times. Eastern
Europe.
That
was enough of an answer that I needed. It got me the idea.
Thank you.
All right, continue.
That's all. So go check it out. I really dig it. But of course, I like all things vampire. I am team vampire. You are team werewolf. Who knows? Who's going to be team Van Helsing?
Nobody. Stupid people.
Okay, well, there you go.
Nobody wants to be that guy, except for Hugh Jackman.
Probably. Anyways,
Huge
Jackman. Go check it out. It's available now. Well, not all of it. I mean, we've only gotten 3 episodes.
All right.
So it's one of those where you have to go check it out every week.
On this show, I've talked a bunch of times about one of my favorite shows on Hulu, Letterkenny. And, of course, we talked about it a few weeks ago. They just had season 8. I believe it wasn't finished, but I was all bummed out that season 8 was already done. I'd already watched it all. I'm like, ugh.
I know.
Well, then I found out.
What did you?
And I haven't finished watching it, but I found out they have an animated series called Letterkenny, which is just animated versions of the same guys just talking, doing stuff. So I didn't watch a lot of it, but it's the same funny humor. So if you like Letterkenny, look for Little Kenny. And it's like little kid versions of the same guys,
so
but cartoon form. And they're little short vignette types, like 8-9 minutes or whatever. Where are you going?
I'm going to get a tissue.
Oh, it's just they're little short vignettes, so they're not like full episodes, like 30 minutes or nothing. They're just little short episodes. So those are pretty funny.
Okay, next we started watching a show together. What did we watch?
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking
about.
It's
on your list.
Which one?
I don't remember.
You know what, the Tinder show?
Maybe. We watched a couple of weird things the other day, not on purpose.
Oh, we were bouncing through stuff.
We were bouncing.
Well,
things.
one of them
we
did because Hulu puts up a little list and tells you
it's
different
like,
shows
hey,
showing up.
Might like this.
So we said, yeah, why not? Because we didn't really feel
Let's
like anything specific. So we did watch an episode of Tinder Takeover.
Yeah, very short.
If you've never seen that or heard of it, it's essentially just a celebrity taking over somebody's Tinder account. And it's like, what is it, like 10 minutes as well?
Something yeah, like it wasn't anything.
It's another short one that's just each episode's a different celebrity, and I'm assuming there's somebody from the crew on the show or something.
Yeah, I think from that they work with.
So the one we watched was Seth Rogen. It was actually pretty funny.
It was funny. It was like somebody on his staff, and he just took over, and he's like, no, he's not good enough for you.
Yeah, and there's like one that he just makes response. So there's like one person he responded with, nah, fam.
Oh, I don't even know what that means.
And every time the person responded, he just kept saying, nah, fam, and the person was sticking with it. So he kept talking to him.
He was like, this guy might be good for
it's another one of those like little kitty that's just a little fun, quick one to have fun with and watch something if you just want something different.
24 hours at.
Is it called 24 Hours At? Yeah. Oh, it's actually called Working 24 Hours At. Okay.
Yeah, and so the first one was about a food writer for Bon Appetit magazine.
Oh, was that the first episode we watched?
And he went, and worked 24 hours straight at Waffle House.
And the only reason we watched it is we saw working at Waffle House.
I love Waffle House.
We like Waffle House, so we were like, let's watch this. This guy's going to work at Waffle House. And I didn't even know it was a full show until it ended and there was like a new episode.
I think it's the same guy. The Bon Appetit editor, Andrew, is going to go work 24 hours. Places. Yeah, at these different, like he's going to go work at Cat's Deli in one of these. Franklin Barbecue, Chick-fil-A. I mean, so I want to stick with this little show. They're just short little, I mean, is it?
I think it was a half-hour show, I thought.
No, it's like a 10-minute.
Is it?
Yeah, 8 minutes, 7 minutes,
oh, okay.
8, 10, 12. So they're just little short episodes. It's very bizarre and random, but I really liked it. So go check it out. Working 24 Hours At.
Yeah.
Then we watched another strange cooking thing that you shared with me.
Oh, that was what I was saying. So if you don't know,
I don't know.
It'd probably be. I wasn't even going to tell her about this till we did the show, and then we ended up not doing the show last week, and so I just had to tell her about it. But I'm a huge fan of Howard Stern. I've been a fan of his since the '90s, so I'm like an old school fan. But there's a show on Amazon Prime called Big Mills, Small Places. And I saw it on Twitter posting that there was Amazon. I'm like, what? Well, there's a guy from the show. If you don't know the Howard Stern show, there's two comedy writers, I guess, if that's what you classify them as, is Sal and Richard. And they do a lot of antics on the show, a lot of gross, weird, perverted, whatever antics. But on Twitter, Sal.
Are they the ones that did the diaper challenge thing?
Yes. So on Twitter for quite some time, Sal has been posting his cooking. Doing little recipes and cooking something just on Twitter for fun of it. Apparently, he has this show, on Amazon Prime called, what did I just say? Big Meals, Small Places. And the whole premise of the show is he goes to different places with his toaster oven. And cooks full meals with a toaster oven. And Richard's in there with him. Richard's not in every episode, but he's in most of them. And so there's like a few episodes at his house with his dad and his mom. There's one with his wife. There's one with this other, like a food blogger guy who's a YouTube channel. And they did a split. They did a split episode where the episode with Sal is them making it and the other guy's there. And then if you want to hear what the guy thought about what he made, I think it was a hamburger. You had to go to that guy's channel to watch his review of the hamburger.
That's good. That's smart.
And they made like sliders. They made chicken pot pie. One of them episode was a challenge. His friends challenged him to make something with the toaster oven, and he made the chicken pot pie.
He did.
Cool. So it's an interesting little show, and again, it's another one like these other ones we've been talking about. Apparently, that's our theme today.
For shorts.
It's another show that's like 8 to 15 minutes long and silly. I don't know how scripted they are, but just watch it. And then usually if Richard's on there, because Richard's is known for drinking tons of beer, major beer lover.
He looked like he was drunk.
He probably was. There's also a running joke. They tell him he's an alcoholic, but he says he's not, so who knows?
He might be.
But he beer. And he had a lot of his life is revolved around different beers. Mm-hmm. And so when he's on the show, he tells them what is a good beer to pair with whatever he made. What's funny about it is it's not even really like this goes good with this because of the flavor. He's like, this is just a good beer and it would get good with a hamburger. It's not no like connoisseur kind of thing. So if you like those guys or you just want to see another silly little show, you don't even have to know who they are to watch the show. It has no connection to Howard Stern show. It's just those two guys doing their own thing, and it's kind of entertaining. It's fun.
It's very strange. Okay.
What else you got?
There was another short series that we watched. It's shorts. It's called Secret Talent Theater. And it's all about celebrities doing little secret talent things. And they're maybe 2 or 3 minutes long. You got to watch.
And I remember them showing up after we started watching. I remember I saw a bunch of these online. I don't know how long either one of these shows have been up.
Who knows? It's just.
But they're stupid.
They're a little bit dumb.
Yeah, Tom Hanks's was showing you how to change a ribbon on a typewriter.
Well, because people don't use typewriters anymore. Yeah. I do. I would totally use a typewriter. I love
Michael B. Jordan was ironing his shirt.
He's like, I know how to iron a shirt. But there's
I think Gal Gadot does a hula hoop.
Hula hoop, and there's one that I'm seeing that's coming up. It's what's her name? Lupita.
Yeah.
Showing you how to do a secret. Oh, the cool finger snap thing from when she was in that movie.
Oh. Who was it? Jessica Chastain did the Bewitched and nose twinkle thing.
It's funny. It's ridiculousness.
They're dumb.
But you could watch the whole thing in like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, and if you just like I'm one of those people that I like certain celebrities. So like if I see them pop up on a show or
you watch it.
I watch it just to see what they're saying, what they're talking about, just because they entertain me. This is that kind of show is for that. This is what it was.
Yeah. Who knows? So, it's very strange.
Moving on, let's talk about an actual show.
Okay. Those are actual shows. They're just shorts.
One of the only really show I dived into that wasn't like a returning show or whatever was the 4th season of Hip Hop Evolution. Is back on Netflix. If you don't know what that is, it's a docuseries that each few episodes it basically starts like at the beginning of the birth of hip hop and the rap and all that kind of stuff, and then each season or each episode.
Yes. Where are we at now?
We just got past.
Or actually, I've been listening to it while you've been watching it this whole time.
Not this new season. You didn't listen. I watched it while you weren't here.
I know, sadly. So that's why I'm asking. Where are we at now?
We just got through all the Missy Elliott stuff. We're into Atlanta, so with like T.I. And what it's done is it breaks it down to the different sounds. So like this season, it was like it shifted to Atlanta, and it talked about Lil Jon's episode about his crunk music, and then the T.I. music, and what they brought to it and what they changed. You can have
whatever you like.
Yeah, so and talk about how like this one song, it went through the whole thing about No Limit with Master P and Cash Money Records with Juvenile.
I want some Cash
and how they were competing, but how Master P self-produced everything and became the biggest icon of that time. And I remember all that time too, because all of his CDs that came out had these very distinct looking cases. Like they were very bling bling looking style. I remember I got deep into No Limit stuff with when Snoop Dogg left Death Row, he joined No Limit. And so of course I bought his albums over there. They're the ones that do the song that make you say na 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 na. That's Mystical, all those guys.
I see.
Cash Money was Back That Ass Up. The Juvenile, Lil Wayne, Birdman, all those guys. And it talks about how Lil Wayne went from being part of the Hot Boys group to becoming like the one of the biggest guys in the industry at the time. And anyway, so Hip Hop Evolution. So it's one of those things like if you love hip hop, then it's an amazing, amazing show because you learn so much about the influences of different people, and they interview all these old school underground people that are the people that were really responsible for a lot of what happened that don't get the credit.
Yeah.
They talk about these DJs that changed the game and changed the sounds, and how they talk about there's this one guy, I remember his name now, but talk about how his sound was like from outer space. And all of a sudden people started like Missy Elliott and other people started hearing that became their signature sound because of what this guy did. And then this person told this person a very similar thing. There's a whole episode about the Neptunes, which if you don't know who the Neptunes is, Neptunes are two people. They're producers.
Okay.
It's an Asian guy that I honestly don't remember his name, and Pharrell.
No, I know who Pharrell
and
is.
they start off as these mega
Everybody
producers.
knows who Pharrell is.
Yeah, they start off these mega producers like out of like college or something or high school. And right off the bat, they were producing stuff and then became big. So anyway, Hip Hop Evolution's on Netflix. It's a great little series. I think the new season's only like 4 episodes, but they're like hour long little things you can dive into. But even if you're not a hip hop fan, it's interesting, just history of music. So if you just want to hear kind of,
I always find it interesting. I don't know who half these people are last time, but I think this time you're getting into the time period where I'm aware.
Yeah, you're starting to get into people you know.
Yeah, because I'm obviously late to this party. Yeah, they need to have Tejano Revolution. I'll be all over that because that's where
I'm very be surprised how much you don't know.
I know.
Because when it gets past like earlier than, Run DMC and LL Cool J, I know the stuff, a lot of the music now, but I don't know a lot of the history that far back. Because, Raising Hell, the Run DMC album, was one of the first rap albums I got. That and I'm Bad from LL Cool J before shifting into leaving that world behind and going right into NWA and the Posse. I remember buying. That's when I told you that record shop with the guy with the Hulk Hogan hair and the place smelled like pot. I'd go to church and it was down the street from the church. So I'd go over there and he didn't card us.
He didn't check ages.
He didn't check IDs. So I bought my NWA and the Posse album that had Boys in the Hood and all that stuff.
What did your mom say about it?
My mom didn't know for the longest time. And then she found out stuff I was listening to, and I think Two Live Crew came into play.
She liked them though, didn't she?
She thought they were entertaining but I think she liked the music. And she heard the song Me So Horny, but she heard a clean version and thought it was funny, not knowing that they had an adult version
that you were listening to.
Yes, I never, and to this day I refuse to buy anything that is censored.
I agree. I wouldn't either.
You can't buy albums at Walmart. I don't know if you can now or not.
No, they changed the rule. I think.
Well, Walmart never had Walmart never had any of the parental advisory stuff.
Right, that was their stance.
But now the market's changed. And it frustrates me to no end because I'm a CD guy still. I know there's MP3s and what are we at now?
Everything's just online.
Yeah, downloads and stuff. And I get it. I know.
You don't even have to download it.
But I like the hard copy. I like it's just like a book. I need a book in my hand. I don't want to read a digital screen. Books. And I know it's a dying thing, and eventually I'm not going to have a choice. But it's frustrating because people like The Game put out a new album, and I don't have it because there wasn't a physical copy of it. Shoot. And Eminem just dropped an all new album, but I can order it through his website, which is the same way Snoop Dogg has a new one. I had to do the same thing with Ice Cube. I had to go to their actual sites to find them. And usually they're delayed before it comes out. So I'm hoping The Game's new album maybe is his CD by now. But I want that CD because I like putting the CD in my car. I like rolling with it. I don't like headphones. And, I'm old.
No, it's okay.
Anyway, so new season.
Put it out on vinyl. We can bring.
Well, they have Eminem's new album. You can get on cassette. It's got like a little red cassette. His new album is called Music to Murder By, and it's very topical. It's a lot of the stuff in there is anti-gun violence, and like his new video. If you haven't watched it, I forgot the name of the song now. Dang it!
It was about the Las Vegas.
Yeah, the whole video is hard to watch because if you listen to the song, it's paralleled his own struggles with addiction and as a performer and structure or whatever. And the parallel of the Las Vegas shooter, and he's telling his story, saying things like, "There's magazines shown on the video you see, like physical magazines of him and whatever," but he's referring to the gun magazines on the bed, and he's talking about grabbing the scope. He's actually there shows a picture of like mouthwash, like he's gonna mouthwash the liquor smell out of his mouth, but in reality, the guy grabs a scope for a rifle. And this whole thing talking about there's not enough people at the concert, nobody's going to be here, talking about this guy wanted to kill more people. It's a very kind of slap in the face video. And then the end of it, it talks about, vote to stop gun violence, and this,
I agree.
So anyway, Hip Hop Evolution's available now on Netflix.
All right.
What else you got? Anything?
I'm just excited because everything is coming back from mid-season when we were on our winter break. Hulu, I don't know. Oh, it's on the CW.
It's a CW, but you can get it on the CW app if you don't have regular television. Usually on the CW app, just so you know, everything that if it comes on tonight, then it won't hit the app until the next day.
Right.
So you know, that way if you don't get frustrated and be like, man, it's not here. Who keeps texting me?
I don't know. Somebody really likes
you. It's about my other business.
The Good Doctor is back. One of the shows I stuck with it. You didn't come with me this season.
Well, it's not so much. I didn't finish last season, not because I don't like the show. I just got behind. And I know you would. We don't watch a lot of shows together. We watch a few, but it's because of our schedule.
We watch a couple. We got to watch the new 911 show that just started.
911 is a joke. Yo town. Get up and get down.
FBI is back. And FBI is coming back from one of our agents going through a shooting. So we'll see what's up with that. Evil, my favorite show ever. Not ever, but just recently. Evil. It's first season. You can easily get caught up. I've got people at work watching it now. I love this show and I self-identify with it. Christina.
Did you say you self-identify?
I do. Christina on the Coast is back.
Hold on. You can't just say you self-identify with a show called The Evil and not say anything about that.
Because it's about the guy.
I know why you would self-identify with it, but why do you?
It's about a priest who believes in evil and demons and a psychologist who doesn't. And that is you and I. I believe in evil, demons, spirits. They're everywhere. And you like, it's all not even real. It's in your head. That's these two people going on a case trying to solve a mystery.
The difference
would be you and I.
Is we wouldn't get to solve any mystery because we'd fight the whole time.
Whatever.
And she'd be running away from everything.
Hawaii 5-0 is back, and I think you got left behind on that one too.
Yeah, I'm just behind. I didn't get left behind. You make it sound like I just told these people to screw themselves. No. Some of them I just haven't had time to watch them. I'm just behind.
Well, I'm so behind on everything.
And you also, so here's our original agreement on watching shows separately. Is we're supposed to tell each other, hey, I'm watching this show, and then you watch this show and watch this. So I'm watching this show so you get ahead. This Yahoo watches like 50 different shows on different networks all over the place, never tells me. And then suddenly I'll find out, oh, I've already finished that entire season. And I'm over here asking, hey, you want to watch such and such? Nah, I'll wait. I'm not watching that.
Anyways.
You know how many shows that I haven't got to watch?
Magnum PI.
Hold on, I'm still yelling. You know how many shows and movies I haven't got to watch because this one says, well, let's watch it. I want to watch it. Let's watch it later. Only about a month later say she's not going to watch it at all.
Oh, well, Magnum PI is back. And finally, we got the much desired crossover of.
Was it really much
It desired? Was Magnum PI and Hawaii 5-0. Go watch it.
Is it a full crossover or is it just a few characters show up?
No, it's full on both ends for a couple of episodes.
Oh, I gotcha.
New Amsterdam is back. We left off at the end of last year.
I didn't know you watched that show.
With some violence in the hospital and how that was going to go down. Bull is back. I love Bull. And Supernatural's back from mid-season. Last season. You got to watch that.
Okay, that's enough.
Legacies is back. Prodigal Son.
We can sit here all day.
TV.
Jesus Christ. Anyway. Also, we've talked about it in a lot.
TV Tuesday.
I know, but not everyone. Every episode, every show Tuesday. The final 2 episodes of Crisis on Infinite Earth on the Arrowverse CW crossover aired this week or last week. So that story arc is finished and it's changed all the shows now.
You told me it had major repercussions for some characters.
So if you're going to watch any of those shows, you either need to wait till you get to those episodes and watch all the shows, or just watch the main crossover and then go back to your shows. Because here's the thing: is leading into the shows, there's one episode. Leading into the show, you don't really need to see an individual because when right when it started, the little tag scene at the end of the credits is the same on all the episodes, all the shows. When the first episode starts, it's in I think Supergirl, or Batwoman, I don't remember, but it starts in that episode and then carries from there. So it's not like
you have to watch.
The only one that has its own little separate thing was Black Lightning, but that's because Black Lightning wasn't already part of the universe. They had it separated, so they had to do something in that show to be able to bring him over because there's a multiple Earths, whatever. So, but they brought it all together. Arrow's fixing to end officially, so they pretty much put the nail in that show during this crossover by making major change. So it'll be interesting to see where they go because that show's also getting a spin-off series called The Canaries, which is all 3 versions of the Black Canaries are going to be doing their own show.
It'd be interesting.
Because there's one of them that you don't even know who I'm talking about because you haven't watched the show.
Haven't watched it.
You know 2 of them, but not the other one.
Okay.
And then
I'm going to go watch them.
And of course, there were so many cool crossovers. And he did something that own
The
story.
Hive.
So
Okay.
there's a few elements that might need an explanation of
to
what you're
tell
talking
me.
about, but
Is Wonder Woman there?
touch on that. They're like, you look just like Ray. Season and stuff all the way back to the 60s.
Dang it.
I think they skipped that one, but that's because I think they would have greenlit. There is going to be a new Superman and Lois Lane series,
Oh, okay,
which
cool.
is that Tyler Hoax or whatever. Him and Lois from that are going to get their own show. There's a Canary show. There's a new Stargirl show coming up, which I don't know if they're connecting that. And the ending of the episode, which is something I want you to see, of the final episode, kind of made something new for the heroes, but also teased something that could be the introduction of new characters.
I'll go watch them.
Anyway,
I'll watch it.
So moving on from
out of order and out of context, but I'm going to watch them.
My connections unstable. Super stoked for this. Get this news. There's a new Punky Brewster series coming.
Okay.
With Soleil Moon Frye in it.
Oh wow.
And Cherry Johnson is going to be in it.
Nice.
And it's basically following her as obviously as an adult, and they end up taking in some other new kid. And it's kind of a similar thing. Freddie Prinze Jr. plays her ex-husband, whatever. So there's that. Some sad news. We don't know really what the rumors everybody thought was going to be waiting for that. CBS has announced they're developing a Clarice series, Silence of the Lambs, which is a cool idea, but also has pissed everybody off because they're saying, well, then just bring Hannibal back instead of making a Clarice series.
Yeah, whatever happened to the Hannibal show?
But the creator of Hannibal keeps talking about it, saying it's not dead yet, so he's still trying to figure something out, I think. Sci-Fi Channel has greenlit the Chucky series. I'm super excited for from now. Here's the thing: is you have the original Chucky films, then you have the new Child's Play, right?
Yes.
This is from the same original. So Brad Dourif, I believe, is coming back to play Chucky again. The guy that played Chucky in all of them except for the brand new remake. The TV show C with Jason Momoa.
Oh yes.
The second season was announced that fellow superhero wrestler, whatever you want to call him, Dave Bautista will be joining C in the.
Oh no. Nice.
So his life, or whatever. And shout out, his dad recently passed away. It's very sad to hear.
Okay.
And there's rumor that Jar Jar is going to appear in the upcoming Obi-Wan. And the most important news of all.
What's that?
The World According to Jeff Goldblum got picked up for a second season.
Ooh, that's good for you, babe.
So
that's one of your
this Friday is the season finale. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Fridays anymore because they were filled with Mandalorian and Jeff Goldblum. But February 17th, the all-new season of Clone Wars is hitting. Nice. So maybe that'll be filling my space. I'm in the process of still binge watching the entire.
What happened? Because I don't even.
There's some episodes I don't even remember.
You probably.
I'm like, did I miss these?
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's all.
All right.
That's all I got for today.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of TV Tuesday. Make sure you check out our website, HollywoodMatrimony.com. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's all.
That was a weird ending. Join us Sunday for a new episode of Hollywood Matrimony Live. We'll talk about all the latest and greatest movies that we see. Maybe not be what all came out, but it's what we see. Usually a mix of Blu-ray, Netflix, all kinds of fun things. And then be back here again on Monday for another episode of Martial Arts Movie Mondays. And then right back here next Tuesday for another episode of TV Tuesdays, where we'll talk about a bunch of other nonsense.
There you go.
Above all, make sure you hit that subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the more content, the more prizes, the more free stuff you get. And make sure you hit the little orb up here if it shows up to subscribe and watch whatever trailer shows up. And we will see you on an all-new episode of Bobby Put a Shirt On. Oh, TV Tuesday.